Well, welcome to the first of 3 videos looking at Chapter 11 of Wheeler's most excellent textbook on security risk management. What we're going to do during this very short video is provide a brief introduction to threat and vulnerability management. In the second video, we'll pick up by looking at threat and vulnerability management development steps. And then finally, we'll look at the FAIR model to finish up this series of videos. All right, so here are the lesson objectives that we've got for Chapter 11. We're going to talk about the 4 development steps for threat and vulnerability management program, and then we're going to use the FAIR approach in a business setting. All right, so as you look at the building blocks associated with threat and vulnerability assessment, lots of different things that security team is going to have to do, or that risk assessment team. They're going to have to process new vulnerability notifications that come out all the time, keep up to date with news and reports, which means they have their favorite listservs and reports that they're paying attention to. They're going to have to be scanning the operational environment for vulnerabilities and unauthorized services that are running, review the results of any ongoing penetration tests, work with the ops team, make sure those patches are rolled out and actually being applied, track findings through remediation, and then adjust to those shifts in threat over time. It's a lot of things to be done in threat and vulnerability assessment. This is a typical day. You start off with vendor announcing a new critical vulnerability that has to be patched. You read from one of your favorite listservs that there have been several confirmed exploits of the vulnerability in the wild. Okay, that means you have a real threat, you have a real vulnerability. And depending on what type of company you are, you're going to be all over this. You look through your inventory and see that, yep, you've got the affected version on your web server. So if you look at your resources, this threat and this vulnerability apply to you. Go and look at your logs, and you've got several failed attempts trying to exploit this. This means you have active attacks ongoing. That means you're going to be rolling out that patch about as fast as you can. You're not waiting to the next week. You have a vulnerability. You have a threat. They're both real. They're confirmed. And you're going to have to act on it. All right, so there's some challenges associated with this. It is easy to be overwhelmed with the volume of data that is out there and the number of attacks. Some of them are really dangerous, like the one that we were just covering. And some of them are going to have a slight impact. Being able to separate the chaff from the real threats is going to be really challenging. You're going to have to start with a smaller scope and do strict prioritization to make sure that you're attacking the right things. Now, what we're going to pick up on in the next video is exploring these threat vulnerability management development steps. This idea of establishing an asset inventory. Hey, we know how to do that. Profile the environment. Yep, we know how to do that. Use some risk scales to quickly make some risk decisions, and then have a workflow for assessing those vulnerabilities out there. But all of that is in the next video. So this brings us to the end of this short intro video in Wheeler's most excellent book, and specifically Chapter 11 of that most excellent book. What we're going to do in the next video is pick up on this threat vulnerability management development steps. So keep on studying, keep on learning. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.